As the insecurity ravaging many parts of Nigeria persists, a tit-for-tat approach may be the way out. The governor of Katsina State, Diko Rada, said people should be allowed to protect themselves with AK-47 and RPGs. RPG is rocket-propelled grenades like bandits. In Benue State, daredevil armed robbers stormed 3 banks in Otukpo and carted away millions of naira. The robbers killed 7 people, including policemen and former councillor, transacting business in one of the affected banks. In an operation that lasted for more than an hour, let's share updates on the story with you.
This is the mood in Otukpo community a day after more than 10 persons were killed during the robbery of 4 commercial banks. Residents are still in shock. Arriving the scene to ascertain the level of damage done is the Deputy Governor, Sam Hode, alongside the Commissioner of Police, who gives a breakdown report of the incident.
You are all aware I lost my DPO in this operation, and 3 other women police. There are others also that were on admission currently. I'm a little bit fulfilled that at least the police were able to kill at least 2 of them and some arrests made. At least from there, let's start something and see how we can move further.
Together with the Ochidoma, the Deputy Governor visits the police headquarters in Otukpo, which was the first place attacked by the bank robbers. There he learned that the robbers had, after their operation, been intercepted by a joint force, with 2 bank robbers gunned down and 4 others arrested.
That was where in the late afternoon we had a lot of gunshot, and when we had that, they were taking, they were uprising and all that. And then I called on the police, particularly Lieutenant Christopher, who took over the command of the total event that happened here. He was in the bush throughout the army, Christopher in the army, the lieutenant.
Some boys came into town in their numbers, walked into our town, and started robbing our banks. We're using IED to blow our banks. 4 banks or 5 banks. They first of all went to the police station.
The Deputy Governor also visits victims receiving treatment on gunshot wound. He says the state government will design a better security architecture to prevent a reoccurrence.
We have seen this happen. We are going to sit down as a community to work together with governments so that together we can design a new security architecture to respond to this level of criminality. We are not going to allow this to be swept under the carpet.
The daredevil robbers were said to have operated for over 2 hours, killing more than 10 persons. Mayowa Okwato, TVC News, Otukpo.
Ikon Allah. Yeah?
Kinga kudi? Kinga kudi? Look at them, they are about to leave. Haka fana iya kama su ba.
Kijiwa ayyuka da Allah.
Take over. Fire control.
Fire control. To give the whole thing. To give your mind. Let go of that. If I hold on, I do.
So guys, as you can see, they were actually intercepted while leaving Otukpo. 2 out of the 3 cars those guys are carrying, 2 was intercepted. Now, they might be somewhere around using their foot to just find their way around this bush. You know, as you can see, this is the YT loss. These guys are just somewhere around using their foot to find their way. But trust me, I surely believe that these guys, in no time, their identity will be revealed.
Kind of audacity is that broad daylight robbery and
operate for hours
at the back of Elox, brandishing this the
the superior firepower of the robbers was what enabled them to operate for that long, because the first one is similar to the attack on the banks in Isonlu in Kogi State. They first went to the police station to kill people. So when they got here, they killed the DPO, killed 3 police women, and then proceeded to attack the banks. They used dynamite to blow the door of the banks open so that they can gain access. Once they gain access, the rest is history. But my own worry is Otukpo, as big as it is, in fact, the whole of Zone C in Benue State, there is no military formation that can effectively deal with this kind of threat. There is no squadron of the mobile police that can deal with threats like this. Because this may not be the last time this will happen. So they have to, the authorities have to consider setting up maybe a forward operation base of the Nigerian Army to take charge of that Zone C, because we've always had bandits attacking people in Agatu, killing people. So there ought to be maybe a garrison command or a squadron base of the police that would be in that place. If that had been the case, I'm sure these boys would have been taken out. You can see them now moving in their vehicle. One of them was actually carrying a rocket-propelled grenade, you know, and they were wearing masks. It was later that the soldiers came in to try to secure the area. So these 2 vehicles, this one, this car, and the Isuzu Tiger, the multi-terrain vehicle that, okay, this is the second. They actually brought 3 vehicles, you see. There's a 3rd one, yes. So 2 of those vehicles were eventually recovered in the bush, and 2 of the guys were gunned down, 4 were arrested. So it's not totally a bad story. Those arrested, you saw them in the vehicle. Yeah. They will be able to make useful, give useful tips to the police on how to get the rest of them.
It's almost impossible. Wale, it's almost impossible for even a regular policeman to see armed robbers wielding rocket-propelled grenades. This is a new dimension, and you want to wait.
I think the armed robbers are, you know, they were daring, because to come to a community of some over 300,000 people, you know, just come in like that, operate for 2 hours, and then came with 2 vehicles. I think it's quite daring. Though we may be calling them armed robbers, they might also be terrorists or bandits. Yeah, because one of their modus operandi is to raid banks to get money for procurement, for procurement of arms. So until the end of the investigation, we may not be certain whether these are terrorists or just a case of armed robbery. But whatever is the case, I think our police should strengthen their intelligence formation. The beauty of security is that from the time of, before, at the level of conception, for you to be able to discover crime before that crime is carried out. Now we are talking about the loss of lives, including the DPO. So the havoc has been committed, even though you may be able to arrest them after some time, but they have been able to kill people and carted away a lot of funds. And it's interesting that the social media, they were able to capture them, you know. So that shows that it's really not a helpless situation. If we really want to allow our security to be driven by IT, we can do it. A big city like that, I believe that we should learn lessons. So that if we have banks, schools, they should be seen as strategic assets that should be given adequate protection. So that when those who are coming to that city, some people will have seen them. You know, after that operation, any security man should be able to know which exit they are likely to take. So that within 30 minutes or 1 hour, we will reinforce to ensure that they didn't get out of that vicinity.
And they were even distributing, they were sharing money on the...
Yeah. To dissuade people from
coming too
coming close to them, and
you are just throwing some of the money.
Robbers.
Yes. some of the more, you know, Anene too used to do that.
Yeah.
Anene used to do that. He will now be throwing. This is the DPO.
Very unfortunate.
Adiku. You know, he's a cousin to one of my friends, Edache. They killed him, you know, in that operation. What they do is just go straight to the police station to first immobilize the police so that the police cannot respond in any way. And then three police women too, who are...
I think a youth copper.
They killed them. When you look at what the governor of...
I wanted to take you to the second level. That's yes. The governor of Katsina State.
I think it's out of frustration. It's out of... because it's not everybody that can even handle RPG. RPG is... they are tank busters. It's not...
shatter anybody.
It is the bandits who are using it to give themselves some edge over our regular armed forces. But when you see Chadian troops, because they've been used to fighting insurgency for more than 40 years, when you see Chadian troops, when you see any company of Chadian troops, at least 4 persons who have RPG. It's not what our own soldiers have been used to, using RPG to fight conventionally. It's not, but over time,
has gotten to the hands of
people now know that, look, you need to do it. Like when I went to Koshebe, at least some of the soldiers who accompanied me also came with RPG, because it gives you that confidence. Because anything within a 50-meter radius does not stand a chance against the RPG. That is why those boys use it a lot. It's a terrible weapon in their hands at this time. So to even consider that individuals will carry it is like saying that everybody should carry bazooka. It's not, even in trying to fire it, you can fall down. You know?
And you have a lot of mentally unstable.
Yes.
And
you wake up with the morning, somebody is waiting to RPG.
We just need to protect our people better. I can feel the frustration of the Zamfara governor, the Katsina governor. They share a heritage of banditry, those 2 states, and they've not. You can see that those governors
is ready to die.
Those governors are distracted. How do you face governance? How do you face governance when these people are not allowing you? They kill your people. If you see the kind of money that governors of this Northwest, apart from Kano and Jigawa, that are safe, those governors, the kind of money they spend on security.
To channel it to another thing.
Army, the police, they give them allowances, they buy equipment for them. It's not easy. I can feel this frustration, but we can't all carry this kind of weapons.
The solution is not that everyone should. Number one is even illegal. You know, it's Section 423 of the Criminal Code. It does not allow that. So you have to amend the Constitution before you can.
Maybe they are advocating that we should legalize it.
But I don't think that is the solution. The solution to illegal arms is not more illegal arms. Because you see on the street, people fight over little things. So if you now arm them.
In America, they are still bring the blood till tomorrow.
Of arms. So it's not the solution, but we can feel it's frustration. I think what we should talk about is state policing, which I think is the ultimate that we should be looking at.